Welcome to GoVMlab, India's first job-ready VMware learning platform where professionals meet experts to revolutionize their VMware careers.
Right? Now, the question here is that what these companies want, right? So during this discussion, you try to consider yourself not as a IT administrator or IT professional, right? You try to consider yourself as someone who is running, who has some ideation in place, or who is running his own enterprise firm actually, right? You maybe, let's say, you consider yourself as a new e-commerce owner, right? Which is actually selling out just like the Amazon or Flipkart kind of platform. You are just selling out your electronics items on this platform, right? So you are the business owner where your specialization is not building the platform, because your specialization is about creating those electronics item, because that is what your USP is, right? If we take example of boot, right? What boot is known for? Boot is known for selling the electronics, right? Maybe it's headphones, maybe it's the wearable stuff what it provides, right? This is the identity for the boot. If today, if you want to open up your own company of, let's say, some e-commerce apparels, you want to sell it out like a Myntra, right? What is your USP to the customer as a brand identity? You are going to position yourself as someone who is actually developing a, let's say, sneaker industry, right? You have innovated something into the sneakers, and you are actually creating one of the best luxury sneakers in your for your customers, right? But then can you sell out those sneakers by going door to door to every single person and then telling them that we have come up with the new sneakers, would you give a try? No, right? So what do you need as a sneaker company? If you really see, you have a vision to create 1,000 crore company into the sneaker space. Just try to visualize yourself as a owner of that sneaker company, and your identity as a brand is selling those sneakers, because this is the positioning of yourself into the market. But then can you sell out the sneakers by creating some random platform, by creating a worst website, by having a very worst user experience? No, right? So you really need to have the a best infrastructure in place, where actually the infrastructure is supporting you to sell out your business, or to sell out your things, whatever you're good into it, right? Tomorrow, just imagine a scenario: your customer, you are investing a lot of money in acquiring those customers, and suddenly customer come to your website and website is down for 10 minutes. Maybe he's just trying to make a payment, and payment is getting timed out every now and then. Do you think that this person can survive and become an industry leader? Though his product is very good, his sneakers are world's best sneaker, but do you still think that this person, or maybe like we can become a sneaker company, right, just by having this kind of brutal infrastructure where the customer experience is bad, it's worst, right? No one can grow, right? So the point what we are trying to make it here is that today, all these enterprise customers, right, all these enterprise customers, they have a very specific requirement. Gone are those days where you come and say that I will release the patch every one, I mean, I will release new features once in a year. Nobody can wait for 1 year just to get your new features. Your competitor will come, and within 2 months he will release 10 new features. Then where are you going to sustain in the market? That has become a biggest concern for the old age companies, right? Because that has become the biggest concern for the old age companies, because these companies were ruling the market, but they could not evolve their IT infrastructure along with the technology innovation. And because of which, what happens? The new startup came, they adopted the new technology, and they started rolling out the features every week or once in a month. And that is where they become a leader or big unicorn. And then we do see a lot of downfall of those old traditional companies, because the IT infrastructure was brutal. They have not implemented the latest and greatest technologies. They still believe that my customer is always my loyal customer. Nobody is loyal today. You give the services, people will pay you for that, but nobody has time to wait for now, right? So I think this is the point what we are trying to make it here, that as a business owner, what companies want, the business owner wants to roll out their application to the market faster. They don't, gone are those days, as I was saying, that I'm releasing a feature once in a year. In fact, I was telling you that ESX 3.x 4.x time frame, right? That time, if you really see, that VMware also used to have a release cycle of 2 year 3 year, but now they reduce the release cycle. Every 6 months or every 3 months new features will be coming, right? Because you always have to roll out application to the market faster, right? You also have to respond quickly to the new customer demand. You can't come and say to the customer that, okay, customer is looking for something, some new capabilities, a new integration platform, a new AI integration to the platform, you will tell to the customer, no, my IT infrastructure is not good enough, which can handle AI-based algorithms or AI-based implementation. Can we implement this AI integration maybe after 1 year? Do you think customer will be there on your platform? He will move to somewhere else who has already integrated the AI assistant into their platform, right? So this is what businesses want. Customer acquisition and customer satisfaction is one of the key concerns for today's business owner who are still holding their business on the old decade data centers. Innovate with the new technology. This is one of the very important thing, as we have discussed, right? If you don't innovate, there is no way you can beat your competitors. And I think, if you really again see the example of what we have talked about, right? Uber, Zomato, Swiggy, Myntra, Amazon, Airbnb, Oyo, right? If 20 years back we used to go to somewhere, we used to go to the hotel and we used to go and book the hotels, right? But then if someone would not have never have innovated this kind of platform, right, then we would have still struggling with those things. But then that is what the innovation is all about. It every there'll be competitor for you, and he will be innovating. And if you do not innovate, this guy will innovate, and that is where they become a unicorn. And that is a classic example of Nokia. The one of the biggest failure. What do we see that they did not innovate. Kotak, if you really go the business study, if you do it right, the Kotak, I think you might have seen those cameras, right? Early days, we used to have those reels kind of stuff, right? You take a photograph, create a negative, and then take a photographs out of it. How much painful it was just to get one photograph. It used to have a wait day of 4 to 5 days. And the Kotak company has a one of the person engineer who told that there's a digital evolution is coming. Why don't we go and move ourselves from negative based this negative kind of reels kind of stuff? Why don't we go and make it digital platform, digital camera? They did not listen to that. And what happens? The Sony came up with it. Sony said, this is the future, what is coming. Let's focus on digital cameras. And now we are seeing that where's the Kotak and where's the digital Sony is growing as a digital camera industry, right? So the point, what I'm trying to say it here is innovation is one of the key concerns. Today, every enterprise owner do not want to waste their time in handling those infrastructure failures, data center failures. Some downtimes are coming. There's a lot of SLAs are happening from 2 months to 6 months, or maybe 1 week to 2 weeks of SLA people are giving just for the one of the application downtime. Nobody has time, right? People want to focus on the innovation. As I said, right? If I am a good in the sneaker company, why should I invest my time in this brutal infrastructure and this wait time for this infrastructure failure? It's not my job. And that is the exact reason. If you really understand cloud is all about that. Cloud is not about AWS, Azure, Google, right? Cloud is a framework, and cloud has its own principles. Once we understand that principle, we will understand the power of cloud, right? So this is what the businesses want it. So if you really see that, right, what businesses are saying, we want to roll out our application way faster. We want to respond to our customer needs way faster, and we want to innovate. We want to innovate. We want to spend our time on the innovation by launching a new product line. But then the problem here is that do we have that infrastructure in place? And that is where this business owner come and talk to the IT team. If there is a downtime for my website, what is the problem? Why is that happening? And that is where the IT team come and say that we also need to control cost, right? Efficiency, because there's a continuous pressure on the IT team, right? IT always come and say that, can you help us to build this next generation of data center where we can reduce the cost and we can increase the efficiency? Look at that, what it's saying. Reduce the cost of my total operations and then also improvise my efficiency. That is what IT team is telling to the industry. They're also telling to the industry that, can you give me a choice? And then can you help me to respond to the customer needs quickly? I mean, I don't want, if I want to roll out the upgrades, right? I don't have a time where I will have some maintenance window and then I will be taking 1 week of downtime just to upgrade it. Can you help me to find out a new way of doing the patching and upgradation, minimizing the downtime for my customer as much as you can? If today I have a 2 weeks of downtime, can you make it to 2 hours? If you can do it, that would help us. This is what IT team is asking those enterprise, those business, those companies actually. And most important thing, security and compliance. Nobody at this today's time, nobody wants to compromise with the security and compliance. And that is one of the key reasons why we are seeing a lot of shift is happening towards private cloud. This is one of the major reasons and the second reason is AI. Because if you're really witnessing, right, the change in the last 2 years, the AI has suddenly catch up like anything. And trust me, AI is going to be the next revolution. It's happening actually. every single business owner is talking about AI and it's trying to integrate AI in their product line. So AI is not a imaginary world anymore. It's being implemented. But when you understand how this AI algorithm works, you will see that AI algorithm is nothing. It's your data analytics. It actually feeds it actually you need to feed a lot of data to this AI algorithm. And this AI algorithm actually have the implementation of LLM framework where actually they go and generate recommendations out of it. So try to understand that why there's a shift happening towards the private cloud or hybrid cloud. Why is that happening? Because everybody wants to implement AI, which is their own customer data. And today, if you really see the public cloud is a shared responsibility model. Public cloud, if you read out the public cloud, their documentation, they will always come and say that we always have a shared responsibility security model, which means infrastructure till the if you're taking IaaS as a service, which is infrastructure as a service, till infrastructure, they will be managing the security. But anything on top of the infrastructure, you do it. You are the responsible for that. You cannot go and talk to the AWS saying that some loophole happens on my application and because of which my infrastructure went down. AWS will come and say that you have taken infrastructure as a service. We are maintaining till infrastructure. On top of that, it's your responsibility. Your application owner, what it's doing, it's not my concern, right? And that is the reason in the cloud we have a shared responsibility security model. Second thing, let's say you have taken care of the security at your level, but do you really understand that where your customer data is going to sit in your underlying hard drives, which server the data is going to sit, which network bandwidth, which network line the data is flowing and being saved in the AWS infrastructure, right? AWS is already saying that we are maintaining that security, right? But still, as a customer, right, you can't have a blind trust, right? You would have seen in the last few days, right? There have been outages are happening in the cloud also, public cloud also. And that has become a bigger concern for the industry, like who are coming from a government sectors, who are coming from a security sector, who are coming from financial sectors, right? This is the reason. The security and compliance is one of the two factors why industry is saying that we again have to go back to the private cloud. And second thing is AI implementation, because AI has to be closer to your data, right? So if AI has to be closer to my data, then private cloud is the best choice for me. And second thing is there are companies who migrated from private cloud to public cloud in the last 8 years. And when they do the visualization of next 50 years, they realize that the cost of running operations in the next 50 years is 100 times more than running those costs, running the same operation in my private cloud. These are the multiple factors. If you really go and read about it, you will see that why there's again a shift happening toward the private cloud. Again, I'm not saying that public cloud is being eliminated. Public cloud is going to be there. And that is where we are talking about hybrid cloud and multi-cloud. Public cloud has its own capabilities, has its own advantages, but we really need to understand that how do we use the best of everything and then create our business platform out of it, right? So this is one of the reason industry is really concerned about security and compliance, and that is where we are seeing a lot of shifts are happening, right? Now, thank you for watching this video. If you want to continue watch this lecture, then join our exclusive YouTube membership program only at the price of 299 rupees INR per month and unlock your VMware potential with GoVMlab. With this membership program, you can unlock all of our members only content published on our YouTube channel. You can watch out the videos presented on your screen to know the benefits of GoVMlab subscription as well as the membership program. Thank you.